everyone, welcome to the Learning Financial Analysis with Python from scratch again. In this module, I'm going to walk you through how to input and output a file in the Python environment. So let's jump into it. In data analysis, we have to get data from different sources to do analysis and output the results for further analysis. Thus, we need to know how to input and output files with Python. Python supports two file types: text file that is readable by humans and computers, such as text file; binary file that is readable by computers only, such as that file. If we are dealing with CSV file, we are better to use pandas, which is introduced in Module 9. If you are a Colab user and want to use a file in a program, you need to upload the file into Colab first. You can upload a file to Colab from GitHub, Google Drive, and your computer. This module will teach you how to upload a file from your computer. So after you open a lookbook document, you can click the folder icon on the left-hand side. Then you click the upload icon and select the file you want to upload. Now you should be able to see your file in your folder. You can also upload a file by typing code from google.colab import files file1 =, files dot upload. Then you run, and now you can click on choose files and select a file. If you are a Jupyter user, there are several ways you can use a file. In the main page, you click the upload button and select the file you want to use. Afterward, you should be able to find your file on this page. The file is actually saved to your local computer on the same path as your notebook file, which is username by default. You can also put your file into the folder of your notebook file. For example, into user and your username. In this case, you can still directly use the files in the program without typing its path. Another way to use a file is to get the path of this file. It can be done by right-clicking the file and choosing Copy as Path. Then, paste the path with the file name directly to the program. To convert a normal string of your file to the raw string of your path, you can use the following three ways. First, you're adding an R in front of the path. Or you change the slash to backslash. The third way is that you use two slash instead of one slash. The file object function can help us to easily input and output files to the program. There are four common types of modes of access. R opens a file for reading only. W opens a file for writing only and overwrites the existing file. W plus opens a file both writing and reading and overwrites the existing file. A opens a file for appending. So let's open a file. So the syntax is that you need to have a file object and then open, file name, and then access mode. File name is the name of the file you want to input. If you don't upload the file to Jupyter, so remember to include its path. If you encounter error, Unicode decode error, then in this case, you can try to add encoding UTF-8 to know the file. The file object.read reads the first X numbers of characters from a file as a string. Let's type file1.read 200. If the number inside the bracket is missing, the entire file will be read. For each file, there will be a new line character \n at the end. The \n is with size of 2, so \n in Python means that it's going to be a new line. The file object.readLine reads the first X numbers of characters in the first line from a file as a string. Let's type file1.readLine 12. And you can see that it's empty. Why? Because it will continue from the previous operation. As we already read the whole file, so we need to run again. And then we get a new file. And then if you run it again, you should be able to see the first 12 characters. We can also read all lines of the entire file and store them in a list variable with each line as an element. So let's type lines =, file1.readLines, and for line in lines, print line. Or we can simply use for function to read a file. We type for line in file1 and print 9. Then you can get the same result. Now we want to add a new line to a file. We type file2 open lecture78.txt a. Then file2.write \n hello hello. Python will close a file if the reference object of the file is allocated to another file. However, to reduce the risk of unintentional modification of the raw file, it's still good practice to close any open files if you do not need them. So the file object close a file, and all code after close function will not edit the file. So we type file1.close and run. Assume that we want to transform a file with spaces to a file with commas. We can do it by typing file3 open lecture78.txt out. Then nice file3.readLines and file3.close. File3 open lecture78.txt w, and next for 9 in nices word line.split and 9 comma join word, and file3.write 9 plus \n. And lastly, we close the file, file3.close. If you want to check whether you understand the materials in this module, you can try to do the following exercise. That's all for Module 7. Thank you for watching. See you next time. Bye.